Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can integrate Google Map in Godot game engine for Android with the help of an Android plugin. So let's get started. So first, based on this particular documentation, I have created one cheat sheet. So instead of following the documentation, I will be referring to this cheat sheet. It's the same thing what is present in the documentation. Next, you need to so here is the documentation. So I have already extracted the API key, but I will not be showing that process because it's quite tedious. So I have extracted the API key. So if you want to get the API key, you will have to follow these steps. So set up your project, enable API keys or SDK, and get an API key. Also, before you generate the API key, you need to register your Android app, and for that it requires your Android package name. So to get the Android package name, what you can do is you can just create a Godot game engine, create a project using Godot game engine. Okay, ignore all this code, I'll come back to that later on. The important step is you just need to go to project. First go to export, click on add, select Android. As you can see, I have already selected. At the bottom, just below the export project button, you will see some error and it will have a fix import button. Just click on that. Then here you will have to check this use Gradle option. This minimum SDK I have kept it as 26. I'll tell you later on why I have kept it as 26. And here I have selected all of these 4 architectures because I don't know what the architecture my device is running on. And here the important thing is here you need to set the package name or the unique name. Here it is called in Godot game engine. So this package name needs to be used in Google Cloud Console to get your API key. Also, the API key will only work if you have registered your credit card. So it requires a credit card to be registered, unfortunately. So I'm not going to show you all that steps. You can just follow all this documentation and just get an API key. Okay, so make sure you pass your proper unique name or package name while registering your Android app. So once you have the API key, then we can move forward. So at the time of me recording this video, I'm using Godot 4.4.1, which is the latest at the time of me recording. Then we need to create an Android project first. So sorry, before that I'll just quickly show you guys the output. So here I'll just open this Godot game engine project which I have created. So I'm just using Android Studio because it has cool mirroring feature. And here you can see this is a Google map where I'm like creating a marker on the city Sydney, which is located in Australia. So I can zoom out as well. Here you can see, just to prove it to you, it is a proper Google map. And here you can see we are in Australia. So hopefully you got the point, and I can move it as well. There are a lot of features of Google Map, but I have kept things simple. I'm just displaying a marker to the latitude and longitude, whatever you pass to it. Okay, so yeah, let's see how to do this. So first you need to create an Android project. So to create an Android project, you can just open Android Studio, click on new project over here, select empty views activity, click on next, and here you can give it some project name. So I have given it as my Android project. You can give it whatever name you feel like. Language I have selected Kotlin, and here you can see minimum SDK I have kept it as 26. So the value which I have set in Godot game engine, that is the value which I was talking about. So whatever minimum SDK you set from Android project, same value make sure you use it on Godot side as well. And then you just have to click on finish. I have already created a project, so I'll just open the existing project which I have. Now once you create a project, it does take a bit of time to do all the Gradle syncing and all that stuff. Once the Gradle syncing is done successfully, you should see this app folder as well as this Gradle scripts. I'll talk about this my library later on. If you don't see this app and Gradle scripts, you can just go to this Android drop down over here and you should be able to see it, but do wait for the Gradle syncing to finish. Once that is done, we need to create this my library, right? So you can just right click, new module, select Android library, and here just rename it to my library. Again, you can give it whatever name you feel like. Now this package name can be completely different. It does not have to match with the Godot game engine package name or the package name you registered with API key for getting the API key. That package name has to belong to Godot game engine. This can be a completely different package name. And again, make sure you use the same minimum SDK. Language is Kotlin, build configuration is Kotlin DSL, and click on finish. Again, like I said, I already have this my library, that's why it will not allow me to create another one. and once you click on finish, again it will take a bit of time to do Gradle syncing, so please wait for that. Then you need to open Gradle scripts. Here you need to go to build.gradle.kts of my library, and you need to add two dependencies. So first one is the Godot game engine dependency. If you are using Godot 4.4.1 or higher, make sure you update this particular version as well, depending on the Godot version which you are using. And here we have also integrated Google Play Game Services map. So this is the latest, so whatever is the latest, make sure you use that particular version. And then here you will see a sync now button. Just click on that sync now button and it will download the dependencies for you. Then you need to go to my library, go to Kotlin plus Java, and inside the first folder just right click new Kotlin class file and name it as Godot Android plugin. So here you can see I have already created the Kotlin file. Now firstly, these are all the imports, so feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports. Next, here we are extending on map ready callback, which is from Google Maps. This is my plugin name. Now you can give it whatever name you feel like, but do remember this name because this name will be used in lot other places as well. Then here is our support map fragment, here is our Google map, and here is our lat long. So here we have one method which needs to be called from Godot side, so it will pass us the latitude and longitude. So on the main thread, we first get hold of our fragment activity, then we initialize our lat long. Then if map fragment is equal to null, then only we initialize it. Then here we have to do something related to fragments in Android, so don't worry too much about it, and we just add it. Okay, and this is the map fragment and this is the tag, and just do dot commit now, and then we do map fragment dot get map async, passing this. Okay, so this is the callback. Now here we override this on map ready, which is from this on map ready callback, and first we set our Google map, and once we have this method ready, then we can add a marker based on the latitude longitude the user has passed, and you can update the title to whatever you feel like. And here we move the camera to that particular location as well, and you can play around with the zoom value as well if you like. Once this is done, you can just go to manifest, android manifest.xml. Firstly, make sure you add the internet permission. Then here we have the metadata tag. So first we need to pass the name and value. So here this is related to Godot game engine. Now this should be your own plugin name, so whatever you have defined over here should come over here, and this should be the package name. So this is my package name. Okay, so just copy it and paste it over here, and this is the Kotlin class name, Kotlin file name, so that's what I'm passing over here. Then this is the API key, so you can just copy paste it, and instead of writing this my API key, you need to paste in the actual API key which you obtained from Google Cloud Console, otherwise you won't be able to see Google Maps. So this is very important. Once that is done, there are also ways to secure this API key. Typically you should not pass it like this, but I don't know whether the secure way which they have showed will work or not for a library. So if you want to know about that secure way, here you can read about this. You have to use the secrets Gradle plugin for Android and all that, so I'm not going to go into that, but for now you can just hard code it. Once that is done, you need to go to project drop down, sorry, not packages, project drop down, go to my library, and inside my library you just need to right click new directory and create a folder called export_scripts_template. So that's what we have done over here. Then again just right click new file, and here create export_plugin.gd and create another file called plugin.cfg. So inside plugin.cfg, this code I have just copy pasted it from the Godot documentation, so feel free to pause the video and just copy the code. Again, this is the plugin name, so be careful over here. Description, author, version, change to whatever you feel like. Then again inside export_plugin.gd, again this code I have copy pasted it from documentation, so feel free to do that. Only two things: firstly, this should be your plugin name, and second, you need to override this get Android dependencies as well, because we have, apart from the Godot dependency, we added this dependency as well, right, inside build.gradle. That's why we have to add this particular thing over here as well. Once that is done, you just need to go to your terminal, cd to the root of your Android project, and then just run this command /gradlew assemble. So this one, so this will create the, so for me it was pretty quick, but because I have already ran this particular thing, but in your case it might take a bit of time. So once that is done, you need to go to your Android project, you need to go to library, build, outputs, AAR, and here you should see 2 AAR files being generated. The next thing which you need to do is go to your Godot game engine project, and the first go to project, click on install Android build template. If you are installing it for the very first time, you will have to download the template and then install it. So I have already downloaded it and installed it. Once it is installed, you should see this Android folder being created. Then we need to create this add-ons folder. So you can create it from Godot game engine or from File Explorer. I will just show it to you from File Explorer. So here you can see, first create a folder called add-ons inside your Godot game engine project. Then create a folder called plugin, folder with your plugin name. So in my case, this is my plugin name, right? My plugin. Then create a folder called bin, and you need to copy these two files, export underscore plugin.gd and plugin.cfg. Ignore this .uid file, and this is automatically created by Godot for indexing purposes. So to copy these two files, you can go to your Android project, go to my library, export scripts template, and just copy these two files and paste it over here. Then inside bin folder, you need to create two more folders, debug and release. Then go to the build, outputs, AR, and here you need to copy the debug file to the debug folder and release file to the release folder, but you need to change the name. So whatever is your plugin name -debug.ar. Similarly for release as well, whatever is your plugin name -release.ar. Once you have done this, just go to project settings, go to plugins, and make sure you check this particular checkbox. Also, other thing which I did was I just went to Windows. I have changed the width and height, and the orientation I have kept it as portrait. Then you can just go to this particular node 2D scene. I have just created one default node 2D scene and make it as the root scene, and I have attached one script to this as well. And inside this particular script, firstly this is the variable with our plugin name. Then here I have created another variable called Android plugin. Then inside this ready method, here we just check whether we have the plugin. If yes, then we initialize the plugin. Then here we call show Google map, and here we pass the latitude and longitude. Else we just print this particular in case if it is not able to find the plugin. So yeah, that should be it. Let me quickly check if I have missed any steps. So I don't think so I have missed any steps. But yeah, if you have any issues, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.